Cool. All right, so hey everyone. Today I'm going to be talking to you and demoing some of the new features we're rolling out around UI-based managed ingestion. So yeah, let's just get into it. Until recently, ingesting your data into Data Hub through the UI has seriously been lacking in functionality compared to CLI-based ingestion. Many of you that work in ingestion probably know that. So for example, ingesting through the UI had no real summary for ingestion runs, didn't have live logging to see what was happening. You just kind of set it off and we're kind of in the dark for a while. You couldn't roll back ingestion runs, and we only showed ingestion sources they actually defined through the UI, which isn't the only limit to ingestion in Data Hub. As all of you know, ingestion is one of, if not the most important feature in Data Hub. So we've really been making it a priority recently to make that experience in-app as nice as possible for all of you. So today, I'm going to show you several new features that should hopefully make all of your ingestion lives easier. All right, so in order to show these features, I'm just going to hop straight into a demo and show you all in real time. Okay, so let me minimize this. All right. So if I go over to our ingestion tab and check out these different sources, you guys are going to get a look at what's coming. One of the first things you might notice is that here we're now showing you all of your ingestion sources on this page and not just the ones that you create through the UI. So you can see here is a source that is CLI based. Here you can see all of its runs. You can see the status of its runs, when it ran, all that sort of good stuff. Now this ingestion page is a one-stop shop for all of your ingestion sources. And that'll make managing ingestion in Data Hub much easier as it's all in a central place instead of fragmented into different places, making it hard to understand where your data is actually coming from. So a prime example of how this can be useful is ingesting data from Looker. Right now, we currently do not support LookML ingestion through the UI. However, the classic Looker source is supported in the UI. In order to get the most full picture of your data, you do need to be able to ingest from both sources. However, now you can actually see both sources in the UI. You can see your CLI-based LookML source and all of its details right next to your UI-based source. However, I'll note that right now, CLI-based sources are restricted in some functionality through the UI. So you can't run them directly through here, and you also can't edit them, which makes sense because we auto-generate them as you run through the CLI. Next, we are not only showing all ingestion sources with information regarding the runs and the status of runs, we are now introducing a brand new run summary feature. So if I go look at our Snowflake ingestion source and click here, or if I look at one of the runs and click details, we get this new ingestion run details summary. So once it's complete, you can now see all of the different assets that were ingested. You can see the status of it. And not only do you get a breakdown of all of the assets based on the asset type and the total number, you can actually right here from the summary view and peruse through all the different data that you've ingested. You can search for different things that were ingested in this run, all that sort of good stuff. It's just going to make it much easier for you to understand what's actually going on in this ingestion run. And then finally, you also have the logs section where you can click and see all of the logs from your ingestion run, and you can also download them for offline usage as well. All right, but however, I did mention that once the ingestion run is complete, you can see all this stuff, but this isn't only useful when it's complete. Another new feature that we're introducing is the ability to view live logs streaming in as the ingestion run is underway. So let me run this Snowflake source. We'll execute it. And then once it starts running, we're going to click it up, show more. And now let's sit and wait. And there we go. We're starting to see logs come in, stream live in as the ingestion is running. So now you can actually check it out, see what's going on, what's getting written into Data Hub, see if there's any errors or warnings. Gone are the days of being blind to what's actually happening in your ingestion run during the whole time that it's happening until it's done. All right, so as exciting as all this new functionality is, I'm not quite done with you guys yet. So let's say you're using this handy new ingestion summary feature that I was just showing you guys. You're checking out what assets you have. So I'm looking at my UI-based Looker source. In this run, we had 2 explorers, 32 charts, etc. If I look at this and check out specifically what we're ingesting, I might see this all entities extended sibling or something else. And I might realize, shoot, I didn't actually mean to ingest all this data. Something's wrong with my recipe. I might have to go back and get rid of it or update it. But now through the UI, you can actually also ingest or roll back your ingestions with a simple click of a button. So I called out that one specific before I clicked that button. I called out alt entities extended sibling. In another tab, I did a search just for this to show you guys that when I click rollback, it shouldn't be there anymore. So let's do it here. If I click rollback, confirm, takes a few seconds until eventually our source will roll back. So now we get a new status letting you know that it's rolled back. You can go in and click at it. You can still see old logs in the status. But if I go here and refresh, no longer there. All right, rollback worked. Cool, so I'm gonna go back to the presentation. And you might be asking yourself, when is this available? And I'm here to tell you that it might be available, or it is available with our next release, all this new functionality. And that's it for me, everyone. Thanks for your time.